I was in great peril. I was in grave danger. But Jesus found me, and he saved me. And now I have a heart of compassion for others who are in the same peril, in the same danger. And I have joined a great army of people who are of like mind as myself, who realizes that I once was in peril. Once I was in grave danger, and I was on the road to destruction. But Jesus found me, and he delivered me. And now, as the great army of God, we go forth just proclaiming that message. And we have scripture that Jesus has given us to reinforce this message. We talked about yesterday about the man who saw a man beaten and blooded and bruised and left to die on a Jericho road. But this one man said, I can make a difference. I can make a difference here. I can save this one man. And Jesus talks about in the 15th chapter of the Gospel of Luke about a woman who had lost one of her coins. And this was of great value to her. And it talks about how that she just swept the whole floor, hysterical, just desperate to find this lost coin. But when she found it, it says that she called the neighbors in. And she said, let's rejoice over this coin that was lost, but now is found. And then these words come forth from this writings in the gospel. It says that they rejoiced along with the angels in heaven. And I believe that's the message, that when the army of God is successful in proclaiming this message of hope, this message of deliverance from a person's peril and grave danger, that God's watching. And angels are watching. And when one comes out of their darkness, and truly, this is what it is when a person is outside of faith. They're in darkness. And I'm sure that many of you have probably heard my teachings from the 3rd chapter of the Gospel of John, when Nicodemus came to Jesus by night, and Jesus told him, in response to his question, the question that Nicodemus asked was, Master, what about the miracles? How do you do the miracles? And Jesus responded by simply saying, look, you have to be born again. In other words, there has to be a spiritual awakening within a person's soul in order for them to understand spiritual things. And when this happens, when the message comes forth, and a person receives that message, and they are delivered from their peril, they're delivered from their danger, and now they see things that they did not see before. They understand and comprehend things they did not understand and comprehend before, because now they've entered into the spiritual world. And when that happens, as Scripture declares to us, all of heaven erupts, and great rejoicing takes place in the heavens, because one who was in darkness and on the road to destruction now is on the road to light. And when God sees that, it causes his heart to be glad. And the angels, they just join in and they just respond because of this great message of hope. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.